Every trader here knows that the more patience you have typically is the more profit in trading. So why is it the other way around? Why is it that most times that traders actually have patience in the market it actually leads to profit in trading going down? And it's typically because of these three reasons. So in this, we're going to explore exactly what is patience. After we understand what is patience, because a lot of the ways that people think patience is in trading, it's actually causing them to lose more money in trading. Then let's go over what it isn't. And finally, let's go over exactly how we're going to be able to fix that and build that mindset that actually has the correct type of patience in the market that we need to see. So, first, let's start with what it is. So, what is patience? Patience is simply going to be the act of waiting for your edge. So, the main thing that we want to put here and think about, and I know this handwriting is going to be atrocious, but it's going to be edge, right? Because at the end of the day, when we're trading the open market, we should not base anything we do off of feeling. We should not base anything we do off of instinct. Because obviously we're trading a random market that has behavioral patterns that repeat itself over and over and over again. So when we're looking at this edge is going to be seen in the form of our strategy, or better yet, our system that we create in the market in order to get consistent results over and over and over and over and over again. So that's what patience is. It's the ability to wait for your proper setup to come. It's the ability to wait for your edge to present itself and then trade it. Now, what patience isn't is incredibly important. A lot of people think patience is simply waiting. And this is such a terrible mindset. And this is what a lot of people truly think in the market. A lot of traders believe that the more I wait, the more patience I have. And if the more patience I have, the more profit I'm going to make in trading. But quickly they realize that the more patience they have, actually, the less profit they make. Because the problem with waiting is that you're going to actually miss out on a lot of your opportunity. And I know that sounds counterintuitive, but let's just think about it this way. What patience really is waiting for your edge to occur. What people think patience is just waiting in general. So a lot of people may have their edge to actually occur in the market, but they're still going to be waiting. Whether it's waiting for more confirmations to come up, I can write confirmations down here. Whether it's waiting for more confirmations to show up in the market, or if it's waiting for you to get another retest or whatever the case may be. But a lot of people like to wait longer. Even after their entry signal may have appeared, you're still going to be waiting, 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 waiting. Why? Because they believe that the more waiting they do, the more patience they have, and that's going to provide them with the less jumping of the gun, getting into trades way too early, and they think that brings profit. But that's not the case. That's almost never the case, because this is what patience truly is here, which is truly edge. Because everything that you do around trading, it needs to revolve around one thing. It needs to revolve around your edge. That's why when I help traders to be able to make a system so they can take emotions out the market and trade consistently, we structure and we center everything around what your edge already is, being your strategy. So we're going to structure things around your strategy, which is your edge, to help try to make your results more consistent in the market. But it always revolves around edge. Just like with patience, it must revolve around edge, not just the aspect of waiting, not just the aspect of waiting for more confirmations. This is not patience. This is being timid in the market and watching the market pass you by. And people that have this mindset, oftentimes they hesitate before they enter trades. And the whole point of hesitating when you enter a trade, that's a whole nother video, but the whole part of hesitating when you enter a trade, you're just not confident in yourself and your analysis, and you think you can predict the market. So this hesitation is because you're thinking you have patience, but in reality, you just have a lack of confidence in your strategy. And that's why a lot of people with this type of patience see the profit in trading continue to go down lower and lower and lower and lower, and they don't understand why. So that's why this equation often is patience. More patience actually equals less profit. But if you do it the correct way, then you're going to quickly find that the more patience that you have, actually the more profit, because you're getting the quality setups that you want to see. But it's important to understand that these two things are not equal, nor are they ever equal. However, a lot of people use these two definitions interchangeably. And that's one of the most dangerous parts. So now, look, you're asking yourself, well, already, look, I know what patience is. I know what patience isn't, but how the heck do I change it? Because if I know this information, but it's not enough for me to actually be able to fix it, then what use is any of this? And that's fine, right? And that's exactly what we're getting into now. So the whole idea of patience is waiting for your edge. But how can we have the mental discipline and fortitude to be able to wait for our edge? Well, it's simple. We have to acknowledge one thing, and this is the underlying of everything that you basically do in trading. But we basically have to acknowledge, but not just acknowledge, but accept. But accept what? We have to accept the actual probability or the risk that what we do may not work out. Because a lot of traders can't psychologically handle that a trade may be perfect. You may see the perfect pattern, but it may play out a different way than you're expecting. And then you can trade that same pattern on a different day, and that pattern could bring you a whole lot of profit in the market. So you're asking yourself, how is it that I do the exact same thing on a setup that looks the exact same, but I get different results? That's the world of trading. And it's that simple. That's why you have a win rate, because you will never win 100% of your trades. It's not possible. And if you have, it's only because you haven't taken enough trades in order to make less than 100%. That's just reality of trading. So when it comes to actually being able to fix this and shifting into that patient mindset, which is here, that you need to truly be consistent in the market, it all really stems down to you being able to look at the amount that you're risking, whether it's a $20 risk on this trade or 1% of your account or 0.5% of your account. It really doesn't matter what it is, but look at that amount and be 100% okay. Accept the idea that yes, this setup looks perfect. Yes, this setup should work out, but there's a huge chance that it won't. It's a 100% chance that the outcome of this trade is going to be random. And if you can accept that, then accepting that risk, accepting that idea will allow you to be able to have patience, because you know that even if you have the best setup, it's still outlined to randomness on this specific trade. However, through a span of trades, your win rate, which is the probability, is going to show. So you may not know what a trade is going to do on a trade by trade basis, but you know over the span of 100 trades, approximately what the win rate is going to be. So that's the first way, is to accept the risk. That is so important. That's so huge. And that's something that so few traders do. And the second thing that is so important to do is having a probabilistic, or what I like to say, a game mindset. Game slash numbers. I don't have enough room to put numbers. Let's just do this number sign. Right. So having a game mindset or a numbers mindset. And we made a whole video in this on numbers mindset. But having a numbers mindset is essentially saying that, look, I know I have a win rate. I know I have no idea which specific trade will win, whether it's trade number 1, number 2, number 5, it doesn't matter. But I know over time, if I keep trading my edge, I know that I will make money in this market. So having this numbers mindset where you're saying, I may not win this trade, but I know over the span of 100 trades, I'm making money, then you stop caring about what trade is going to win and what trade is going to lose. And that ability to understand that is all a numbers game, truly, and that the only way to achieve this number, to achieve that win rate that your strategy has, that your system has, is by continually trading your edge over and over and over and over and over. And when you have these two things, and of course there's more to this, right? I've been day trading for well over 10 years in the past, switched over, started helping, coaching, mentoring traders. So look, there's more than 2 points. It is more than what a 10-minute video on YouTube. But if you get these 2 points down, accepting the risk and switching to a numbers mindset, you will find that your real patience in trading is going to be able to actually skyrocket in the market. And that is definitely going to have effects on your trading. And look, this is Already Trades, and I'm out.